I'm Roger.
And I'm Adam.
And welcome to another episode of RC Street Shop's Product of the Week.
Oh, it looks like we got a good one today.
We certainly do.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about the Yuneec Typhoon 500 4K. That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah, that's a lot of syllables. All I know is it looks like a hunter killer from the Terminator films. Is Judgment Day coming?
No, don't worry about that. We're okay. So this thing is an awesome drone.
Well, it's awesome looking. We just got this. This just showed up, last week, right?
Yeah, last week, and it already belongs to somebody.
Yeah. So
this is on loan.
This is on loan. They don't know we're shooting a video with it right now, but we're prepping it for them. So while we had it out of the box, we figured we'd shoot it. I have gotten very used to seeing drones that look like the Phantom series, and they're very Apple-ish and plain and simple.
Right.
And then we take this thing out of the package, and Technolust immediately kicked in. I'm like, really, it looks great, but then it turns out there's a whole bunch of stuff going on under the hood. It's all really exciting.
Yeah, it's a really cool, aggressive-looking drone. When you see it, it's almost scary-looking. Like you said, it's going to come after you. This is a GPS-enabled drone. Okay. This is a competitor to the Phantom, but it's a lot bigger. The Phantom is a little bit smaller than this. This thing has some really, really cool features.
GPS. What does that mean to someone who's brand new to the drone quad?
So GPS means it's got a global positioning setup inside it. What GPS is, it basically flies the quad for you.
Okay.
With GPS in there, you can bring it up in the air and let it sit still, and it will wait for you to give it a command. It knows its altitude, knows its position, knows all that fancy stuff. So GPS drones kind of fly themselves, and you just command them through the controller. And
that's a key difference because, as we've been doing these videos, you've seen us talk about some of the smaller ones.
Right.
I can't fly those to save my life. I'm horrible at them. They take a great deal of skill compared to these. These really, he means it when he says they literally fly themselves.
Yeah, this is kind of you can almost think of this as a tool in a way, like a photography tool.
Absolutely.
This isn't something you take up and do loops with. It's not something you take up and fly fancy things with it. It is for photography and for serious use. So it's got a really cool, they call it the ST10 controller. It has a touchscreen on it.
Very fancy.
It is very fancy.
Very fancy.
You can cycle through flight modes, do all kinds of different stuff that you would do, like say what would be on an app for someone else.
Yeah.
You can do it all through here in the controller, which I find to be really cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to translate really well on video, but the video resolution is really, really nice on the controller.
It is.
And I'm sure the finished footage is even better. But
yeah,
usually the on-screen footage tends to look really grainy and blocky. And
it does.
It looks really nice.
And you're right. This has really good resolution. It's an impressive controller. And what I like about it too is it's really simple. So you pick it up and you have your basic controls. You have a red button here you push down to start it and stop it, and then a red button to push start it and stop it, and then you have a button labeled picture and a button labeled camera, and it's all real fast and slow on the side, and gimbal controls right here. It's all pretty intuitive, so if you haven't had any experience with drones, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. And that's one of the nice things. Is some of the other of the Yuneec competitors, you need to have some hobby experience to understand how things work, or kind of understand how the menus work and all that stuff. This is kind of designed for the first timer.
Very user friendly.
Right. But it's not like it's not something that just a first timer would use. This is a very good drone that's just as good as the best ones out there.
Nice. This isn't something you're gonna pick up and then take out and do flips and tricks with. It really is designed for those who are looking to get great video footage, get really good photos.
Right.
Someone whose hobby is more about the photography or the videography than it is about flying something.
Right. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
That said, they include this really awesome, what is it, a controller?
They call it the steady grip.
Steady grip, that's it.
Phaser weapon.
Phaser weapon. Yeah, a steady grip. Now, this is going to be pretty cool. You can actually take this off here and put it on there. So when you have proper batteries in here, let's get the whole effect. There you go. So when you have batteries in here, it activates the gimbal. You sync with an app on the phone, on the controller, and it will basically do the gimbal action for you with a handheld device. So not only do you get an aerial solution
Mm-hmm.
that's going to give you nice, steady shots, they give you a handheld option as well. And I tell you, the minute I realized this was packed in the box, this suddenly became the drone to buy in the store.
Oh, right. I agree.
Best
Completely.
bang for the buck, period.
Hands
End
down.
of discussion. End of discussion.
I think best bang for your buck on the market.
Okay.
Because no one else gives you... Everyone else brags about how their drone is a photography solution, but no one else really goes as far as Yuneec does to give you something that gives you ground footage too.
Yeah.
With other companies, you got to pay thousands of dollars for a handheld or a walking Steadicam gimbal kind of thing,
absolutely.
and Yuneec gives it to you in the box. Sure, it's not a $5,000 professional camera, but it's good enough for 99% of the stuff you're going to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's truly impressive. One other tech spec I know we didn't really get into is these brushless motors are insanely powerful.
Yeah, these are 700 kV motors.
Power in
And
this thing.
most of the quads you run into on the market, they use like a 3300 or a 3000. These are 700 kV. They're big, they're outrunners, and they're really powerful. So with this Typhoon, you're not going to be hurting for power when you're up in the air. So when the wind kicks up, things like that, this thing's going to remain really stable.
All right. Let's see. Flight time. I know that's important to folks.
25 minutes.
All right, which is not bad. That's
Not at
really
all.
decent. And of course, you can always buy extra batteries and
Right.
all of that. Price point. There's a couple different models of this. This is the one that obviously comes with its own 4K camera
Right.
and gimbal.
Right.
What else have they got going on?
There is a model they call the Typhoon G. That's a GoPro model. What's really cool about the Typhoon G is it has a video transmission piece. So most drones, when you want to mount a GoPro on, you got to buy something separate to get the FPV solution. This comes with its own piece. You plug into the GoPro, and it has the same SD10 controller. So everything you need is in the box, and it also includes the Steadicam for the GoPro.
But no GoPro.
But no GoPro included, right. Next in line is this exact model, but it's the 1080p model, so a 1080p camera instead of the 4K model. And then you have this model here, which we refer to as the 4K model.
Okay, so prices starting at around $900 and going up to.
I think this is $1,200.
Yeah, so this is the $1,200 model. Right. In case you haven't heard, drones are going to be real hot this holiday season. So if you're thinking about drones, pick one up now. Don't wait until the end of the month. Don't wait until December. Now is the time to go out and grab it. And honestly, top of my I was not interested in a drone until this thing showed up in the shop, and now I'm really interested in a drone. So,
at the end of the video, you have our address, so if you want to buy Adam one,
feel free.
Christmas is coming.
Well, speaking of Christmas is coming. Where can folks check this out? Obviously, we've given the techno lust to everybody. We're spreading that like the plague.
Right.
Where can they check this out?
RC Street Shop, 5521 East Spring Street, Long Beach, California.
And if they want to give a call and tell you how awesome we are for pointing out how they're going to just throw away $1,200.
562-425-9000.
You want one.
We all do.
You're mad at us right now for showing this to you.
Right.
We're also doing the social media thing. We are on Twitter. That's RC Street Shop, all one word. We also got Facebook. We got a page there. Like that. Roger posts news there and all of that stuff. And of course, we're doing the video thing. So please like the video and be sure to subscribe. Go on, hit the subscribe button.
And one last thing, just to throw out there, if you want to check out the Typhoon, more information about it, it's www.yuneec, and that's spelled YUNEEC.com.
It is a weird spelling. Yeah.
Right.
YUNEEC. Check that out. Let's see. I think phone number,
we're done.
address, social media. There you go.
See you next week.